Hello everyone, Alchemicgree here. Welcome back to Diablo 3. Now, let's see, we're in Act 2 now, and let's kick things off.
Here we are. Caldium, Jewel of the East. Uncle Deckard loved this place.
He wouldn't now that it is under the spell of Belial, Lord of Lies. I can smell his stench on the air.
It would be best to split our forces. You two search for Belial. I shall hunt Mahgda.
Okay, so it looks like we already got some work cut out for us, but at least we're not trying to sneak around and figure out what's going on. We know what's going on. Belial's taken over, we gotta figure out where the hell he is.
Are you guarding the refugees over there?
I am not a god. I am a Shira, commander of the Iron Wolves. We saved these refugees from Mahgda's coven, but even now wreaks havoc throughout the borderland. Outpost.
Kind of like the layout of this place. It's like the Arabian type of feel. I wonder if I can get a smoke a hookah somewhere. Oh, hey, Leah, Teriel.
Teriel and I learned that while the Iron Wolves were fighting Mahgda in the desert, the Emperor replaced them with Imperial guards who bar all from the inner city.
I suspect that the Iron Wolves were sent out to die. Belial has made his move. We must find a way into the city.
As a child, I explored Caldium while Uncle Deckard studied here. I can get in through the sewers.
Just see that you get out again in one piece.
Be careful.
I do not think that is considered safe to just run around randomly in the sewer, but I know. Ooh. Fuck you, rich person. Oh my god. Ooh, can I smoke a hookah here? Yep, I'm seeing smoke. Yep, this is a hookah hut. So nice. So nice.
This gate leads to Alcanus. You will need to follow the
Fuck you, I do what I want. Let's do this. Come, Squishy. We must slay cultists.
Take heed, traveler. Cultists guard these desert roads, and they will slay any who pass.
I mean to stop them.
Then you must not go alone. I shall accompany you. There are illusions out there. Mirages to some. But I can see them for what they are. The Coven's foul magic. They will lead you to your death.
I like how you look. Very attractive looking. I like her voice too.
I would rather not discuss the sand wasp. These overgrown insects wouldn't be notable whatsoever if not for their exceptionally poisonous stings, which, alas, killed my young apprentice. I thought he would be more careful when I sent him to retrieve a sample from the hive, but his parents did not understand my perspective. The Lacuni, or panther men as they are sometimes called, have inhabited the desert wastes east of Caldium for thousands of years. The large males are the tribe's leaders and protectors, while the agile females are expert hunters. Mostly they are primitive and reclusive creatures, although they will attack if cornered or hungry.
So far so good. She's kind of useful. I mean, if she's a possible follower, I ain't gonna keep her though.
Be careful. They are very near to us.
Where?
I go alone with my Squishy. You know, if you cultist assholes would have just, waited 10 more minutes and not appeared, I probably wouldn't even have believed the Enchantress.
You knew that would happen.
I am an enchantress. The ways of magic and illusion are familiar to me. My name is Arena.
Why have you come here?
Well, I am also looking for someone. So here, let me clear the way for you.
Captain, from behind! Protect!
Oh look, demons! Give me your bones! Ah, good bones. Good healthy bones.
If not for you, the Lacuni would have eaten well this day.
Are there more of them ahead?
Even worse. Cultists are casting spells in 2 of their desert lairs to obscure the Black Canyon Bridge.
Let us head north to the Howling Plateau. Cultist magic seems to be emanating from there.
I'm pretty sure in an area with a lot of sand, especially sand that's blowing everywhere, it doesn't matter what I don't think they need to use magic to cover up their footprints. The sand kind of takes care of it. But whatever, you know, reason, because what the frick are they, sand people, or are they just walking in a straight row by row to hide their numbers?
I will seek out any other traces of their magic.
Treasure goblin, give me your treasure. No, no, treasure, treasure. I wanted his treasure. Get out of my way. You will not deny me my treasure. Squishy, do your job and kill these idiots. I must have my treasure. Treasure, treasure. Yes, treasure. Anything good? Anything? Not much. Mostly building shit, but not bad.
The Dune Thresher is an elusive being with a tremendous capacity for bloodshed. It lurks beneath the sands, rising up to seize prey in its jaws and rend the body until it is but sinew and gore. I once saw a Thresher in the flesh, and it rather disagreed with my constitution.
Yeah, sometimes even if the overall damage is not increased, I do enough damage where I could take a decrease. Plus, I do a lot of AoE. I have squishy, so I'm good. But as long as it's got a good defense, because attack power is nice and all, but but when it comes to classes like this, survivability and attack matter when it comes to like melee. But since I'm exclusively ranged, I don't have to honestly worry about a lot of things.
This is one of the cultist lairs. They are casting part of the illusion inside.
Okay, this is either going to be an evil ritual or some demonic orgy. Okay. Oh, okay, demonic ritual. Okay, no demonic orgies. Just give me your bones and we can move on. Just rip them bones straight out of your soft bodies. Ah, good.
It is with some reluctance that I write on the 7 Lords of Hell, for they are the greatest of the demons, and even whispering their names seems to poison the air around me. They are divided into the lesser evils, Belial, Asmodan.
Okay, so that's a lot to consider.
Look, more hidden footprints.
That's one thing about this game I do not like, and yes, I do appreciate the fact that it's all streamlined and shit, but when I'm trying to listen to like a lore information or a codex thing, yes, I know for a fact I can go to the codex thing, and if I want to listen to it myself, but this isn't for me, it's for you. And so if like someone talks or something happens, you know, the codex is going to interrupt itself. It works the other way. It also works the same way around. I can interrupt people with the codex, but
look, more hidden footprints.
It's just the principle behind it, I guess. The fact is I want to have the codexes on proper display. I mean, I'm not going to make a video on all the codexes if I don't have all the codexes.
It seems that the Fallen are indeed creatures of demonic origin. The old heraldic tale claims they were once powerful servants of the mythical Asmodan. They purportedly aided him in his battle against the prime evils, and Diablo later punished them by twisting them into the small...
Look, more hidden footprints.
Oh, look, chest event. God, these things are friggin' everywhere. Still fun. Defeat all the waves? Ah, I do that for poops and giggles. Yeah, Necromancer is just the best for crowd control because you got it because depending on how you do it, I think I haven't checked all the glyphs, but if there's especially if there's a glyph for the explosions can have a chance of stun, then
the champions are larger and the lunatics more devastating. It is the shaman priests who lead the Fallen. These shrunken, unintimidating demons can easily kill an enemy with their firebolts, but it is their ability to resurrect their imp allies that allows them to command such high respect from their peers.
Yeah, so if it could stun, then all it takes is a few explosions, and if each explosion is a chance of stun, then it's really good crowd control, even if it's an enemy you can't kill, because it's going to be stunning everyone, even for a few seconds, giving the tank or melee, or even the melee DPS characters do a lot of damage. So I don't honestly see it following traditional combat thing, because there's no healing class. Everyone kind of can do everyone else's job in a way, but like if you look at all of them, let's see, starting with the Necromancer. Well, no, let's start with the Barbarian. Let's start with the original, then we just add the new ones as they move along. Starting with the Barbarian. The Barbarian is very high speed in terms of attack. It jumps into battle and always tries to be the first one to do the damage, so it's the closest thing to a tank we got. It's very strong, but its primary abilities are to, from my experience and knowledge, is to strike, stun if they can, if not, just leap from place to place. Ooh, abandoned mineshaft. Let's check this out. I got the time. Well, I explain my story. Let's see, then we have Wizard. Wizard are generally weaker in terms of health, and unlike any other magic using classes, they don't have the ability to summon minions. Instead, it's balanced with superior magical strength. So their spells will do should arguably do a lot more damage than the other spellcasting classes. I'd have to literally run the numbers if I wanted to prove this. This is pure speculation, honestly. But then from there, we have the Demon Hunter, a clear ranged DPS that can summon minions. And if you have the right gear, it can. There's, I know, one item, or at least one ability connected to an item that can make it where you could summon all possible minions at the same time. I remember back on the console version, I had that gear, and it was just spectacular. But aside from that, looking at just the singular minion, then it honestly depends, because the minion is more about giving you good support, but you can use things such as the sentries to do some extra range damage, or even distract your enemies, because they do have health bars of their own.
Thank you for your help.
Then we go into Witch Doctor, to Monk, actually. Monks are very good at doing their damages. They're faster in terms of mobility. They have a lot of abilities that allow them to have a lot of basic movement speed and attack speed. So they can strike twice as fast as most other classes, at least up to. Nope, time to enter another demonic orgy. Demonic orgy. Demonic orgy? Nope, give me your bones. Fuck you. Now I'll kill these assholes. Okay, monks, they have an interesting thing, and I used it when I did hardcore mode on a console. Their interesting thing was, I hit you, I get health back. I get hit, I get some health back. I use abilities, I get health back. I stand there, I get health back. They are really good with, I do anything or don't do anything and I'm still going to get health back. So they have a very good chance for survivability. If I was ever going to suggest a class for hardcore mode, it was going to be the Monk. Now, okay, let's just hear this out and then I'll get into the Witch Doctor. Because we talk about Witch Doctor, Crusader, and Necromancer.
You to know my true tale. I am not from Caldium. I learned these spells 1500 years ago. My sisters and I pledged our service to a man of great power. We called him the Prophet. He trained us and placed us in a magical slumber to awaken in this era. I am to prevent the Lords of Hell from invading.
The Prophet. I have not heard of this figure, but your aid is welcome.
Yeah, no. As much as I would like to have you, dear, I don't. I have Squishy. Squishy's all I need.
Now to the casino outpost.
Okay, now, with the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is another magic class. This is was the first magic class to have minions, and when I say minions, I mean legit minions. Like they had mostly zombies, shit like that, like zombie dogs. They could, like, when you upgraded your skills enough, you could have like maybe up to like 3 or 4. I think, and then they had gargantuans. You can have those out on the field at the same time. So honestly, a Witch Doctor that's gonna focus primarily on its minions is going to have probably about 5 pets or minions out at the same time, and that's really good because then you have all that just to gang up against your enemies. I mean, that was actually quite fun. And that's why I think they justify. They do a lot more. They do literally more damage. They do more DOT effects. They have damage over time, and the minions just kind of help it. They weaken. They debuff. They have a lot of poison abilities that take a few seconds, but it's actually quite interesting how they do it because it does match the concept of a Witch Doctor. Okay, then when Reaper Souls came out, they introduced the Crusader class, and the Crusader is not bad. It's a lot more durable than the Barbarian. Not as fast in terms of leaping into battle. The Barbarian will leap recklessly. The Crusader will just charge in, and the charge takes the form of usually my favorite, Shield Bash. One thing that it does have that a lot of classes, I do not recall if Barbarian can do this, but I know Crusader can do this, where it can one-hand, two-hand weapons, so long as the offhand weapon is a shield. And that was always cool when I first saw that.
Belial, Lord of Lies, is the most elusive of the 7 evils, and is a master of deceit. It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the prime evils. This began the Burning Hell's civil war, which ended with the dark exile of the prime evils.
And when I played Reaper's Souls originally on the console and I had a Crusader, it was actually very fun. Now, the last one is Necromancer. That just came out with the Necromancer thing. Oh god, more drawings.
Captain of the Guard, you are hereby ordered to send a band of your most loyal men to secure the Qasim outpost. Control of the city hangs by a thread. The commoners are becoming restless, and it is imperative that we subdue them. Remain vigilant, for there may already be an outsider within our borders looking to stir up trouble.
I need you to open the gate.
You must be mad. But if you're intent on rushing headlong to your death, talk to Captain David down in the command post. He's got the gate key.
Here you are, delivered unto me as a sacrifice, a gift from Lord Belial.
Or he's setting you up to fail.
No, he would never betray me. Strike him down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he betrayed you.
Give it more time. Are Belial's favored servants, and he has granted them some of his skill in cunning and illusion. Deceivers will cloak themselves in the familiar forms of their enemies' companions and friends, waiting to strike when the moment is opportune. It is only then that their true forms are revealed.
Not a moment too soon. They plan to sacrifice us to Belial. Iron Wolves, take back the town!
Okay, not bad.
We've been discovered.
Freaking assholes. Just trying to have some revenge over the death of my favorite old man, and you do this shit to me?
I understand so much more
Dicks,
now.
really.
Did Mahgda go to Arcanus?
Yes, we've heard rumors of a horrible slaughter there.
Then I'll be on my way.
Oh well. Good belt. Yeah, good belt. Anyway, let's see. Nothing else really good. So now to pick up where I left off. Necromancer, in my opinion, it is one of my favorite, if not the favorite class. Mostly because it has a lot of fun little tropes I like. Well, not really tropes, just a little niche things. The concept of the Necromancer has always interested me.
This ship is cursed by demons. We should be safe.
How the fuck did this ship even get here? Whatever. Let's just. Oh, he's dead. Little explodies. There's gonna be lore on you guys in there. Yep, there is.
The fallen lunatics are the most unstable of their kind, causing them to overproduce highly combustible fluids in their abdomens. I believe this imbalance must be inevitably fatal, leading the lunatics to puncture their stomachs and release their explosive bile in a terrible display when enemies come too near.
Give me your treasure, you bastard. Anything good? Nothing again. Well, some stuff maybe. Anyway, so the Necromancer I do like. It definitely is good crowd control in my opinion. I have to really explore a lot of their abilities more, but for them it looks like a lot of their stuff is attack, stun, attack, attack, stun, 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 attack, 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 stun. So the opponent's stunned, I attack. I have my squishy, which is really good, and I gotta go back to town actually. So be right back. As I was saying, with the first minions, you can summon my Skelebros, as I call them. And you get like 6 or 7 of them right off the bat. They're really good. They just mow down a lot of the enemies. They're actually really interesting. And from what I've seen, there are different abilities that you can have on yourself, passive abilities that actually promote you being alone and actually get stronger when you have no one. You're on your own. See, that's fine. Everyone has their own different playing style. I get that. So, but if I have a minion class, I like to summon minions. And the only reason I keep Squishy rather than like normally I'd keep the Skelebros if Squishy wasn't so bloody useful. But the fact of the matter is, Squishy's awesome. Especially with like the Skelebros have a cool ability where their passive abilities, they will be summoned and then they will just attack whatever I order them to, even though they'll just go out of their way in a blind swinging rampage, which is awesome, by the way. Squishy, or the Golem, or that Flesh Golem, he has the ability, as I've demonstrated numerous times, is he will jump in the battle, explode into meat that I would later use to explode. That's a good combination. A good way to look at it is, because especially with a lot of the debuff abilities he has, the debuff abilities you have actually, you would use the combination of debuff, squishy, exploding stuff.
The Valrus manuscript lists Asmodan as the best battlefield commander of all demons, having defeated the angels many times in the eternal conflict across Pandemonium and the primevals in the demonic civil war. If the Lord of Sin ever assaults our realm, we truly have much to fear.
I always want to see if any weapon I pick up is better than the one I have now.
Help us! You can't.
I might as well free these people. I mean, I'm here. I'm not here for you. I'm here for revenge. But I might as well just free some prisoners. Be the nice guy. Come, Squishy. We must free these people. Freedom! Freedom! I said freedom! Die. Give me your bones, then die. That's one thing I know. The bone armor is really useful as long as you just keep it going. So it's mostly about keeping your buff and debuffs going. I haven't been using a lot of the debuff because I'm playing on normal, so I don't have to really worry about a lot of things. But the debuff I have poisons my enemies and actually makes it where when they take damage, I get health back for a few seconds. And if they die, it's passed on to whoever's next to them if they weren't hit originally. So that's why I have the combination of debuff, have Squishy jump on them, and then explode them all at once, so I get a good amount of health. And it is nice that enemies all generate meat when I kill them. It's very nice. Very useful. If they change that percentage to like to actually a percentage rather than an absolute, I don't know how I'd honestly feel about that. I guess if the Necromancer becomes too broken, they'll have to change that, but I honestly don't know. The Necromancer is still very new, and a lot of people have not found out a way to exploit its abilities, and also a lot of, and it's very hard to get, like console, it's very easy to get broken. There are people who can and will go into like coding or whatever and put in modded gear and shit like that, and the console, because Blizzard can't monitor the console as closely as PC. PC, you'll never find stuff like that. There's no mail system. There's no mailing system between players. There's not even a mail system in general, honestly. So that already eliminates the first one of someone just sending you gold items and gear. Secondly, you can only really get legendary stuff when you're in a party with someone. So if you ever considered buying power leveling, you'd have, the whole event is you running and following a guy. But that's not that bad. I'm not discriminating against it. I'm just saying what it is.
The moment of your death grows near.
It matters not. While you hunted me, Belial's Imperial Guard captured your little witch Leah. Soon, her power shall be his.
You're gonna die, and I just took your bones. Squishy, explode all over her. I want to explode my meat all over her. Yes, in both ways. Do not argue me, Squishy. We are going to explode our meat all over her face, and she's gonna love it. Give me your bones. I must have your bones. I must be good and hard when I explode my meat all over her face. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Ah, God, I got cold. Last thing I like is my meat getting cold. I'm all rigid and shit. Die. 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 Explode my meat. Explode it all over your face.
When I joined the Coven, it was weak and idle. The leaders were content to do nothing, while the prime evils were imprisoned. I convinced another witch to help me poison them, and together we took control. She left some years later, but I continued, bringing the Coven to glory under Lord Belial.
Not bad stuff, and I do enjoy exploding my meat all over people's faces.
I am returning to town. Caldium is still in peril. Before she died, Mahgda revealed that Belial's treachery goes even deeper than we suspected.
Okay, so we definitely got some problems, I guess. Let me think. Yeah, I think it's about time. Yep, I'm going to end it here, actually. So thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to help donate to my channel, there's a link in the description below. Thank you so much, and goodbye.